And this is when someone asked him, if intelligent design, which I don't believe in intelligent design, I believe in Jesus Christ design.
Amen.
Okay. But, could intelligent design be an option? Isn't it possible that it could be created or designed? This was asked unto Richard Dawkins. Here's what he said. Well, it could come about in the following way. It could be that at some earlier time, this is again one of the most famous, well-respected physicists in the world. It could be that at some earlier time, somewhere in the universe, a civilization evolved by probably some kind of Darwinian means to a very, very high level of technology and designed the form of life that seeded onto perhaps this planet. Now that is a possibility. That's an intriguing possibility, and I suppose that it is possible that you might find evidence for that. If you look at the details of biochemistry and molecular biology, you might find a signature of some sort of designer, and that designer could be a higher intelligence from elsewhere in the universe. But that higher intelligence itself would have had to come about by some explicable or ultimately explicable process. It couldn't have just jumped into existence spontaneously. That's the point. Well, I agree, Richard Dawkins, that things don't just jump into existence spontaneously. I don't believe that either. He is saying here, and this is the guy who says that if you believe in God, you're mentally ill. You're deluded. And he says God does not exist. But it's possible that aliens created our world. That's what he's saying. I mean, did you hear him? He said this other civilization somewhere else in the universe. So the most highly respected physicist says, I believe that maybe life on Earth was designed by anyone except God. It just couldn't have been this God because he said that we should kill homosexuals. And that the God of the Old Testament is homophobic. And therefore we know that it was aliens. Okay? I mean, listen to this garbage. He literally is saying, it could have been done by aliens, that's really interesting, but there's no way it was the God of the Bible. Can't happen. I mean, do you see the hypocrisy? You telling me that that is a scientist that's being honest? Or that he has an agenda of saying any option, anything except that God created it. I'll believe anything.